Hear me out and let me know if I'm crazy, okay? I feel like a lot of my managers are racist or show signs of microaggressions, and I'll tell you the stories, not all of them, but let me know. So here's one example. One day, me and my friend, who I think we were the only two black workers that day, were working, and it was a Monday. She was working in one area and I was working in another. So we would do our jobs, and after we'd go speak to each other, do our jobs, go and speak to each other. Mind you, this is just a part-time job, nothing too crazy. And we were doing exactly what everyone else was doing. It was a Monday, so barely anybody's coming in because it's a Monday. And this is kind of like a regular thing. On really slow days, as long as we're doing our job, we could talk to each other, but we need to make sure we're doing what we need to do, right? Later on in that shift, like at the end of the shift, we're told we need to come back to the manager's office. And when we're there, they take us in one by one. They say, I'm getting a write-up because I kept going and talking to her during my shift and distracting her. So I'm getting a write-up. Okay. And then they gave her not a write-up, a coaching letter. They gave us a coaching letter. They gave her a coaching letter saying she was talking during her shift, she was on her phone, and she was listening to music with her AirPods. So basically doing what everybody else was doing. But the thing is, she only picked up her phone once that whole shift. The managers weren't around when she did it, and she never had her AirPods with her that day because she came into work and she was telling me like, oh my god, I'm so mad because I left my AirPods and I can't listen to music when I'm going back home. So yeah. And then when she clocked them on that, they turned to each other and started speaking a different language. But they're like, still, you're gonna get this coaching letter. Mind you, that whole shift, the managers themselves were on their phones. They were speaking to other workers who were not black, by the way. Not once during our shift did they come up and say, you can't be doing this or just stop doing that. So we kept wondering, like, how did they even know you picked up your phone to look at the time or whatever you did? Like, they weren't even around, and if they found it like such a problem that we were talking to each other, why didn't they just come up and say, just stop doing that, even though everyone else was doing that? But okay. Come to find out, at the end of the shift, another manager, like a different manager, there's a lot of managers, came up to us and they said, hey, just letting you know, they were in the back, these two managers, they were in the back watching you on the camera, and when you picked up your phone, they started cheering and clapping because they had a reason to now give you a coaching letter. What? And mind you, other workers were on their phones, and the managers would see them, but they never said anything. And that's just like one small instance where another manager actually caught them doing it. However, he never went and told the head manager, because the head manager is not in the group of racist, rude managers. He kind of just does his work and, goes on with his day. So when we complained to him about this, we didn't actually have proof that they were watching us on the cameras because that other manager wouldn't go and tell him. At least I don't think he did. And this is not just one time, it's a pattern where they will specifically target me and my friend who is also black, other black workers. Like, this is not the first time. And the only people who do not do this is one of our managers who's also black and our head manager. And there's one other female manager who's not a part of this because she's new. I kid you not, there's like 10 managers, guys. And there's this other roach. And there's this other manager, he loves to give privileges to his friends. Like, he would try putting more tasks on other people, like myself, and I always clock him when he tries it with me because I'm truly not the one, in order to give his friends special privileges, and he mostly does it to black workers, and I'm gonna say that right now. Or he does it to a lot of Indian student workers. And I started realizing this is how workplace discrimination looks like. It's not slurs, it's not yelling. It's quiet, selective enforcement, and they love to do this. However, after that whole big thing, like getting the write-ups, after they were literally lying and cheering in the back, I wrote this 13-page letter to my head manager, and he dealt with it, but still, those managers still do the same thing. In fact, one of them, who is right below the head manager, just doesn't speak to me. Like, I would be like, hello, hi, nothing. Okay, buddy, good, don't speak to me because you are very racist. And there's so much more things I could say about them, but I'm gonna keep that for another day until I quit, okay? Anyways, so let me know, am I crazy or was that targeted? And like I said, this wasn't a one-time thing, it was a reoccurring pattern. Like, they were always targeting us, especially if we were working together, and they just always have something to say to someone who doesn't look like them. There's also one more thing that I need to add, and I think it's important. They're not white. These managers are not white. That's all.
I really hate it when bitches challenge me like I won't take your motherfucking man. And I had to prove a point when I was 15. And let me tell you, I'm not proud of it. I am proud of it. Just because this bitch, fuck you. Fuck you. You didn't have to come at me like that the first time you met me. Anyways, I got shipped off to the summer camp. It was either that or juvie. So I went to summer camp, the mental hospital. Anyways, I just told you about it. Anyways, I go there and like it's my first day. It was probably like my first week, right? They let me off the unit finally because you had to do like a whole week on the unit and then you get to come off the unit. It's like they fucking condition you. Anyways, so I get off the unit. I go to breakfast with all the other girls. We're in assigned seatings. I sit at this table. Across from me is a girl from another unit, okay? And this bitch turns around and says, "Oh, hey, are you new here?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Oh, cool. You see that boy over there?" And then proceeds to point at a boy who looked exactly, I can only describe him as like a bulldog. Yeah. So I'm like, "Yeah." And she's like, "That's my man. Don't talk to him or I'll whoop your ass." I'm talking to that motherfucker first chance I get. Fuck you, bitch. And then I was like in my head, that's what I was thinking. But what I said was, "Okay." And she's like, "Okay, I'm just letting you know. Where are you from?" And then she tried to talk to me, and then the staff told her we can't talk during breakfast. Cool, great. I don't want to talk to this. Now, I wasn't that girl that wanted to start drama or being like involved in some extra shit. You know, I just wanted to sit my little time out, do my thing, and get the fuck out of there. Because I was expected to be there like, 6 months? So I didn't really want any problems. I was just kind of low-key chilling. Until I had a meeting with my therapist. And she asked me, she's like, "How long do you think you're going to be here?" And I'm like, 6 months. That's what the judge said. And she's like, "No. Not with this list of mental illnesses, no. We're more so looking at 2 years." Bitch, 2 years? 2 years, man? 2 years? No. 17? No. But it was set in stone. They already told my mom. My mom signed off on the 2-year contract. Like, fuck it, she'll be there for 2 years. Medicaid signed off on it. It was already set in stone before I even had this conversation. So now that I know that I'm gonna be here for 2 fucking years, fuck these bitches. I'm having fun now, ho. Fuck all y'all. We can catch it at any time. I'm here for 2 years. So then I started the school, right? They put me in school, and there was that boy, me and him, we had the same science class. Right. Science was my morning period. Well, he sat next to me in science. It all played so perfectly. It was a master plan. It was supposed to be this way. Anyways, I had kind of already heard from the other girls, because mind you, the first 2-3 weeks you're there, you do homeschool and you stay on the unit. You're like a level 1, and then they put you out in the school. So I got to go to the school. I had heard from the other girls. That they were having a little rocky relationship. Okay. So I kind of already knew how it was coming. Well, in science, it wasn't that serious. The teacher was so low-key as fuck. Like, she was so cool. So she had us do, a small little presentation. We watched one of those, Ben and Jerry videos, with the robot and the guy. And then she would give us, little bullshit work packs and then pack out, cards for us to play. So there was this game we would play. And this boy came to me. He's like, "You know how to play this game?" And I'm like, "No." He's like, "Oh, it's everybody here knows how to play it. You want to play? I'll teach you." And I'm like, "Cool." So he taught me how to play the game. We're bonding. We're talking. I'm asking him about, life outside of here. Whatever. I'm running my little game. And I got that bitch. Hook and sinker. Okay? Hook and sinker. I got that bitch. Because he started talking to me about old girl. And he was telling me how they was having troubles and they wasn't getting along. And Anyways, so me and this boy got to talking, and he was basically we became friends. Let's just say we became really good friends, because he was talking to me on an emotional level. Libra shit. Anyways, so then the days go by. It probably was a solid week that went by, and me and him got real close. And I had finally made my level 3 to where I could go eat lunch with the boys. No, I don't think I was the level 3 yet. I don't remember. I know that something happened, and me and him were celebrating it. And that's when he asked me to be his girlfriend. And I said yes. And he was still with that bitch. He was like, "I'm going to break up with her. And I want to be with you. I fucks with you." You do? Anyways, so as he should, he ends up, I guess, breaking up with her or whatever, and then like me and him started dating. It wasn't nothing serious. I didn't really take it seriously because at this point, it wasn't. I didn't even like the dude. I didn't even like the dude. Like, honestly, he was cool as a friend, but I did not like him as a boyfriend. He was not my type. He was no. Anyways, but yeah, bitch, don't play with me. Later on, that girl ended up selling pussy. And then she married my ex-girlfriend.
Haha, I am back with another story time. Actually, I've told this story how many times on here? Maybe about 3. But since it is October and this story happened in October and the year of 2020, what was that? Maybe 2021 or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was 2021. But anyways, I'm back with another story time of how my coworker tried to unalive me. Okay. All right, so the year was 2021, like I said, and I was really, really sick. So at that time I thought I possibly may have had COVID or something like that. I did not have COVID, but I didn't know that. So I thought I had COVID. Mind you, I had already had COVID maybe 3 or 4 times prior to that, but this felt different. Okay, I didn't know what it was. I felt like a head cold. I thought it was maybe a sinus infection. I didn't know what the heck was going on. All right, I was out. I was working in my main corporate job, and then I was working part-time at a clothing boutique because I love clothes. I used to have my own boutique, so I wanted to work at a boutique. So I was working at this boutique part-time. Ended up getting really, really sick. I was really, really close with the girls that worked there, and the girls wanted to bring me a little basket. So they brought me a basket to my house. They left it at my door because they knew that I was sick, so I wasn't going to be answering the doors because I wasn't feeling well. And they left the basket at my door. I came out and opened up the basket. It was so much stuff. They wrote me letters. They put little nice stuff in there for me. They had like blankets and they had slippers and just like a bunch of cute little things like that, right? And I was like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. Mind you, I'm feeling terrible. So I had this one coworker. We're going to call her X, okay? X really wanted to come over to my house. So she had just got home. She was like, hey, I really want to check on you. You haven't been at work. Like, are you okay? Me and my mom can come by. I said, no, if you guys come by, whatever you want to bring, I appreciate it. But you don't have to bring anything. But if you do come by, just leave it at the door. I will get it when I, get the energy to get up to go to the door and do that. So she was like, no, we'll just bring it by, whatever. So they come to my house, and I thought they were going to just leave it at the door like I told them to leave it at the door. They did not leave it at the door. She kept knocking on the door. It's getting annoying, okay? So I was able to lock and unlock my door with my phone, of course, okay? So I was like, just give me a moment. So I finally get up because they're beating on the door and they're not leaving. You know how you get quiet. You know how us black people are. We get quiet and we try to act like we're not there, even though they know I'm in the inside, and they just keep knocking on the door. So her and her mom were just like, we want to come in. We want to help you. We want to do whatever to make sure you feel better. And I was just like, I'm okay. I promise you I'm okay. Just leave whatever you got at the door. Like, please leave it at the door. She's like, just please, like, we just want to lay eyes on you to make sure you're alive. I'm like, trust me, I am alive. Okay. So I finally get up the strength and go to the front door, open the front door. And I'm like, thank y'all so much. I'm coughing, I had cold. You know how you feel. You know how you look. I just look like I had the suds from SpongeBob. Okay. That's how I looked. That's how I felt that I looked. I'm quite sure I probably did look like that for real. Don't really know for real. But I'm just telling y'all. Okay. All right, so they come in, they're like, let me help you. So I had like I had made some casserole for myself, so there was like a little dish on a thing for some casserole. They were like, let me help you clean. So they're washing my dishes or whatever, and I'm just like, thank y'all don't have to do. Alrighty, so they're cleaning and doing all this stuff. Like I said, I'm like, you guys don't have to do any of this. Thank you so much. Like, you just want to drop off what you want to do, and now y'all can leave. Like, at this point, y'all can go. Like, I am okay. Like, I'm not okay, by the way, but I'm okay because I'm trying to get them out of my house. Mind you, it's her and her mom, okay? It's X and her mama. Mind you, I had never met her mom. I had recently found out her mom had just got out of prison. Her mom had served a very long prison sentence for what I think she served a prison sentence for, which I think the prison sentence was for what I'm going to tell y'all, what they ended up trying to do to me. Okay, so fast forward. So they're just like, well, we got you some Gatorade and things like that. So a couple days prior to that, my manager, because I was really cool with her, shout out to you, she already know who she is, my girl S, she had brought me some Pedialyte and some crackers because I just wasn't feeling good. So she was just like, I want you to feel better. She just dropped it off. She came by, just check on me, whatever. But she didn't do the most. Like, she came in and literally left. Like, that was literally it. She didn't do the most. Them, on the other hand, they're trying to walk around the house like, oh, it's so cute in here. You got to sit decorated so nice. Like, are you all alone? I was like, yeah, but y'all can go. Like, literally, y'all can go because I told y'all I felt so bad. Mind you, this girl had an autoimmune disease, okay? So there was no real reason why she should be around me when I'm sick, when she has an immune disease going on. I wouldn't even want to be around nobody when I'm sick like that because, you don't want to be around anyone sick like that when you're already fighting stuff as it is, okay? So Then the house, her mom was like, well, we came with a bunch of medicine. I'm like, look, number one, y'all know I don't take other folks' medicine. Then, you know, we black, we don't be out here taking folks' medicine besides my mama and her medicine cabinet. Okay? But now I don't be out here taking folks' medicine. So she's like, well, we got some medicine for you. So at this point, I go to the bed because, y'all, I'm weak. I'm losing my bodily strength to stand up and actually converse with them. So I'm like, I'm literally going to go to bed. Like, y'all can leave. Y'all can, you know, be excused. They're like, no, we got some stuff for you, whatever. So her mom pulls out this big Ziploc bag. I'll never forget this big Ziploc bag of a bunch of medicine in here. Okay. And so in this medicine, it was some gabapentin. It was something else that they give you. It was like a total of 7 different medications. Okay. Mind you, she hands me the medicine. She goes, take this. First of all, I don't take medicine that people just randomly hand me. So what I did was I was like, oh, okay. I'll take it. You know, thank you so much. You know, whatever. Try to be nice because, mind you, both of them in the house and they're being really creepy, okay? Mind you, I didn't talk about the energy. The energy was very thick, and I don't play about nobody being in my house with weird energy, okay? Bad vibes is not for me, okay? So their energy was so just weird. It was really weird, and I don't really like people in my house for real unless I know you like that because it's just weird. So I pretended like I had to go to the bathroom. I was like, oh, let me go to the bathroom. I did the I'm sick thing from Mean Girls. So I go to the bathroom. In the bathroom, I put the freaking stuff down the toilet and I flush the toilet, act like I use the bathroom, I come back out. She's like, okay, so 5-10 minutes go by and they're like, oh, we'll wet this wet towel for you. And I'm like, literally, y'all can literally just go. So they turned on my ceiling fan and she's like, well, you're just so beautiful. Are you not sleepy yet? So, okay, I didn't know what gabapentin was, had no clue what it was at that time, okay? I did not go to school for the pharmaceuticals. I have no knowledge about pharmaceuticals, okay? So I Google what it is, and of course it's for
When that Halloween is over, let me tell y'all everything that's been going on. Number one on the list, I was driving Uber for Halloween weekend, right? And I know they said that the freaks come out at night, but I did not know that the freaks was going to come out like this. So I'm driving Uber for Halloween, right? And it was around like 11:30 at night. So I goes here and pick up this guy. Before I continue on, right here is the fucking button so you can hear it faster. So I goes here, right? I pick up this guy and he was dressed as fucking Jason, right? So he gets in the back of the car, right? And he has his mask on. So I guess when he got in the car, he thought he was just going to be quiet. So as soon as he get in the car, he gets right behind me. The first thing I'm thinking is, why would you get in my car with a jumpsuit and a fucking mask on with a terror weave glued to the back, and then you think you gonna be quiet? So he get right in the back and sits behind me. So I said, excuse me. He said, huh? I'm like, you gotta take your mask off while you in the car. He was like, oh, I thought we could wear a mask. I said, you can wear masks that protect you for your health. You cannot wear a mask in my car that looks like a fucking serial killer. He was like, oh, my bad. So he takes the mask off, and I'm gonna show y'all where he put the mask. Why he put the mask right here on top of his head? Sir, that's not a fucking headband. Take the fucking mask all the way off. So once he put the mask on his forehead, I said, oh, you trying to be funny. He like, what you talking about? I was like, I said, take the mask off. Like, take the mask all the way off. He was like, yo, you are not playing. I said, no, it's not the point that I'm not playing. It's the point that I'm trying to live to see another motherfucking day. I'm trying to breathe. I'm trying to see the day after motherfucking Halloween so I can see my motherfucking Thanksgiving. So he was like, yo, I'm cracking up or whatever. So he sits back, right? So now I'm starting to drive. I'm on my way to take him wherever he's going, right? I guess he's going to like a Halloween party, right? Remind you, I'm going to like the county or whatever, right? So as I'm driving and shit like that, he was like, you want to know what? I am happy I took my mask off. I'm like, why? He like, cause you look good as shit. Hold on. I wasn't ready for all that. I wasn't ready for this. I wasn't ready. You gotta prep me for shit like that. I ain't come ready. Damn, that was the whole Lord. Like, he fucked me up with that one, y'all. So I was like, He was like, yeah, you handsome as fuck. So I'm like, thank you. Like, I'm legend and shit. Like, I say that. I like, thank you. Like, I'm trying to be calm, though, because you can't be too hype when a nigga trying to talk to you and shit like that, and they telling you look good and shit like that. Like, I ain't want to have him blow my setup and shit like that. Like, I know I look good as shit. You feel me? So I'm like, thank you. I appreciate it or whatever. He like, oh, you ain't going out for Halloween? I was like, no, I don't celebrate that. I'm Muslim. Why I always gotta lie? Why do I always gotta lie? Like, why would I just sit up here and tell this man I'm fucking Muslim and I don't celebrate Halloween? Everybody know I'm not the fucking Muslim. My family Muslim. So he like, oh, worry. He was like, I respect it. He like, you just gonna be driving an Uber at night? I was like, yeah. So we pulling up to drop him off and shit like that. So he was like, thank you for the ride. He was like, can I hit your number or whatever? So I'm like, I can take your number. So I took his number or whatever the case may be is. And when I took his number, guess what happened, y'all? He walked off. He gonna say, yeah, make sure you hit me up because I got the real trick and treat for you. Oh, yo, I got hit my nigga up today.
Story time on the time I had an RKO my friend's girlfriend. Y'all were asking a lot of questions, so I'm gonna answer. Okay, so me and this girl had been friends for a pretty long time. I want to say like 4 or 5 years. And she'd been dating this one stud that treated her like shit forever. I want to say like 3 or 4 years, almost the whole entire time I knew her. And eventually her girlfriend started becoming my op because she just comes to me telling me about how she yells at her all the time, screams at her, pulls her hair, throws shit at her. She said one time she burnt her with a hot comb. So I'm just getting tired of it. It literally got to the point where I was almost about to stop being friends with this girl because I was so frustrated of telling her to leave and hearing about this shit over and over and over again, but I didn't, thank God. So this is like my sophomore year of college and I'm down in my hometown for the summer, and me and her were planning to go to the beach. So I was coming to her apartment early as fuck in the morning. I walk up to her apartment door and I hear her screaming at my friend. I'm like, nah, bitch, you gotta go. You pressing my friend at 8 in the morning? Like, can a bitch eat breakfast first? Like, damn. So honestly, I'm just standing there being nosy because at this point they're just yelling, and I feel like if I knock, they're not even gonna hear me over it. So the yelling starts to get more and more intense, and the things that she's saying are so, like, she was threatening my homegirl with STDs, talk about I will go out and get HIV and give it to you. What? I'm texting her phone, but I know she's not gonna see it because they're fighting. It starts to get worse. I hear rumbling and tumbling, and I'm hearing glass breaking. I'm hearing screams. So I start banging on the door like the feds. And I don't know why I didn't try it sooner. I think I was like in shock. Like when you get in situations like that, you don't think rationally. And I tried the door. Bitch, all the stars aligned that day. That shit opened. The first thing I see is this stud with my fucking homegirl in a whole ass headlock. Hey, I might be too pretty to fight, but I'll never be too pretty to beat an abuser's ass. Hello. I ran up on her ass so quick, I couldn't even see. Mink, 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 from the shoulders. From the shoulder. I literally said, you want to put bitches in headlocks? I'll put you in a headlock. So I put her in a headlock. Boom. Bet you didn't like that one, did you? She's 5'2". I'm 5'10". This is really light work for me. I don't know who I was feeling like. I had her in that headlock. I turned around and I said, horizontal. Horizontal on her ass. We're on the floor. Mink, 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 mink. My friend had to pull me off of her. And no, they're not together anymore because I called the cops on her ass. Yeah. And some of y'all were asking if me and the girl are still friends. Yes, we are. Period.
This is a long-awaited story time of how I found out my ex was gay. Cool, so all of this starts in 2022 in year 9 when I dated this guy. He was from my school. Anyway, so we're in year 9, like, it's the first ever guy that told me he likes me. Mind you, I didn't have my first kiss before this. I didn't have anything before this. Okay, so me and this guy start talking and we start becoming like a boyfriend and girlfriend. Mind you, he's like a very bad child in school. So his mom tells him that he's moving to Kenya. This was in July and he only came back in September. So obviously we still haven't broken up. We're together every day on FaceTime. Time difference is hard as well. Comes back to September and he's back in the UK. We're still talking and everything, but I can just feel something is off. I'm telling you, every girl knows that feeling when something is slightly off, you can just feel the energy. But obviously, I'm still not letting it affect me, trying to see him still, all of that. Mind you, he was a 15-minute walk from my house, so we always used to walk or ride bikes to each other's houses. Anyways, things started to get really bad. He leaked me in my school and tried saying it was me before he got kicked out of the school. Like, when I'm telling you, this guy just did hella weird shit and I still stuck with him because he was my first everything and I actually thought I was gonna marry this guy. And I'm a lover girl at heart, so no matter what he told me, like, I would know he's visibly cheating on me and I wouldn't do anything, I would still want him. Because I felt like I wasn't loved by anyone else and I was never gonna get that. Anyways, off track, he gets kicked out of my school and then I leave my school as well. And I wasn't going to any school for like half a year. I think I was like homeschooled. But I didn't actually do any work. And that's when I started chilling with the wrong people. All his friends were 15-year-olds, 14-year-olds trying to be GMs. Me and him officially stopped talking like March 2023. So we were broken up, but I was still chilling with the same people because they were my friends by now. And then I got into a private school and I decided that I'm leaving it because all these people do is just stay in the streets and smoke and do these bad stuff. But after I stopped being friends with them, basically I don't talk to any of them at all anymore. But someone that I'm friends with now goes to, or used to go to the college that he went to. And they told me that he's been talking about my name. By the way, still up until now, you're still talking about me when this was like 3-4 years ago, like get grip, man. Anyway, so he's been telling people and lying to people saying that I paid him to get back with him. I always gave him weed to get back with him. Like, who do you think I am? Do I even smoke Zaza? And especially not at that age.
And he's going around telling people that I'm easy. Like, bro, you was my first everything. And since then, tell me who I've been with. Like, other than what you see on social media. Which you shouldn't believe all the time, you know? There's evidence, like videos of him, another man. And I've got videos of him shaking his batty in like shorts, obviously trying to like move his bum around. He's going like this with his bum, like... And he also had like nail polish on. Obviously, I don't have any issues with gay people, just to clarify in this video, but my ex he turned gay. Like, last thing I want to say before I end this video, he also fucked his cousin in Kenya. And you're probably wondering, how did I find this out? Well, I actually have proof. I gave him my iPad because his phone was broken. Before he left to Kenya, I wanted him to talk to me. So I gave him my iPad. And then after we broke up, he wouldn't give it back. So my dad went to his house and asked for it back. And with no hesitation, he gave back the iPad. And then we found like videos in his camera roll. And it was actually disgusting. Like, what do you mean my parents saw videos of my ex, a different girl? Like, that is actually disgusting. And that's literally like child pornography. Anyways, yeah, that's really it. And also, he tried adding me on Snap like a few months ago, and he was like, "Oh, can you promote my new rap song?" I said, "Lol, no," and I blocked him. Like, he's done me dirty, by the way, so many times. He's cheating on me, and I kept going back, everything. But now, obviously, I know my worth. Anyways, if you guys like these story times, let me know. And if you want more story times, I'm gonna be giving them every single day. If you guys just send it to my Instagram, it's Shaked Cohen, and it's also in my bio. So yeah. Hope you enjoyed, and follow for more story times because this week is gonna be a lot. Bye guys.